Dear students, welcome to our YouTube channel Vidya for Success. Yes, in this video, let us study one more very important concept, that is description of some important families. So now we are going to study some of the families of angiospermic plants. So what do you mean by family? So family is nothing but one of the taxonomic category. So this taxonomic category consists of group of related genera. So some of the related genera, they are belong to the same family. So one of the important angiospermic family now we are going to study is Solanaceae family. So this family is also called as potato family. So this is one of the common name we use for Solanaceae family. So the plants belong to this family are distributed in tropical, subtropical and temperate zones. So there are different plants are there in this particular family, so that they are distributed in different geographical regions. So in tropical, subtropical and in temperate regions we can see different species of Solanaceae family. So now we are going to study the Solanaceae family by taking the example of plant, that is Solanum nigrum. So on the screen we have the picture of Solanum nigrum plant, right? So here we are going to study about the morphological features of Solanum nigrum, so that we will come to know how the morphological features are used in order to classify the plants. So that first let us study about the vegetative characters. So vegetative characters tell us the kind of root, stem, arrangement of leaf. So when we are studying about the vegetative parts of the plant, that character we are calling as a vegetative character. So because the Solanum nigrum is a dicot plant, the root system is a taproot system. So there is a taproot system we have in the Solanum nigrum. Then if you come to the stem, stem is the aerial part of the plant. So most of the plants of the Solanaceae family are herbs, shrubs and rarely small trees. So there is no big trees, tall trees in case of Solanaceae family. So only we can see herbs, shrubs and rarely some plants are small trees. And let us see the characteristic feature of stem. So what kind of stem we have in the Solanum nigrum? So stem is erect. It is not a climber, right? So the stem is erect and the shape of the stem is cylindrical shape. We can observe in the diagram the stem is cylindrical and it is having branches. So the stem is branched, and on the surface of stem we can see the minute hairs. So hairs are present on the surface of stem, and in one of the Solanaceae plant we can see the stem modification. So that example is nothing but potato. So potato is a plant belonging to the Solanaceae family. So in this plant we can see the stem modification. So stem is get modified in the underground part of the plant into tubers. So this is about the characteristic feature of stem. So in most of the plants the stem is erect, cylindrical, branched and hairs will be commonly present on the surface of stem, and in case of potato plant stem is showing modification in order to store the reserve food material. Yes, let us move to the another vegetative part of the plant, that is leaves. So what kind of leaves we can observe here? So the leaves are simple leaf, right? There is no compound leaf here. These leaves are very simple and they are arranged alternatively. And in rare cases, in very rare cases in some of the plants, we can see pinnately compound leaves, right? And the kind of venation of the leaf is reticulate venation. So because it is a dicot family, the plant we are studying is belonging to the dicot, so that the kind of venation of leaf is reticulate venation. So the veins and veinlets, they are arranged in the form of network. And let us move to the floral characteristic feature. Right. So, the flower in case of the Solanum nigrum is bisexual flower. That means a single flower consists of male and female reproductive units. So, the inflorescence can be seen in the plant is solitary, and the position of the inflorescence is axillary position. So, at the axil of the leaf, the flower formation takes place, and the kind of inflorescence is cymose inflorescence. So, what do you mean by cymose inflorescence? So, if the inflorescence axis ends with a flower, such an inflorescence is called as cymose inflorescence. So, in case of the Solanaceae family, the inflorescence is cymose inflorescence, right? So, let us see the characteristic feature of single flower. So, flower is bisexual and it is showing actinomorphic symmetry. So, this kind of symmetry is actinomorphic symmetry. What do you mean by actinomorphic symmetry? We can be able to divide the flower into two equal halves by any plane passing through the central axis. So, the kind of symmetry in the flower is actinomorphic symmetry. And let us study each and every oral of the flower. So, the first oral of the flower is calyx. So, calyx made out of number of units, they are called as sepals. So, the number of sepals are 5. There are 5 number of sepals are present and they are united. That means gamosepalous. When the sepals are united in the flower, such a condition of calyx is called as gamosepalous. And the aestivation is valvate aestivation. That means margin of one sepal or the petal are just touches the margin of the adjacent one. So that the kind of aestivation of the sepal is valvate aestivation. So, the next oral is corolla. So, corolla made out of 5 number of petals. So, the units of corolla are petals, right. So, they are also united. So, when the petals are united, that condition is named as gamopetalous. So, corolla is made out of 5 petals. All the 5 petals, they are united with one another. So, that condition is gamopetalous. And the kind of aestivation is valvate aestivation. Clear? So, calyx as well as corolla, they are showing valvate aestivation. So, aestivation can be studied in the bud condition, right? Only in the bud condition we can come to know how exactly the calyx and corolla are arranged. And in order to understand the aestivation, we can look into the floral diagram. So, floral diagram I have displaced on the this one screen. So, you can observe the floral diagram so that you will come to know how many sepals are present, how many petals are present and what kind of aestivation they are showing. Then let us move to the third oral of the flower, that is androecium. So, androecium made out of 5 stamens. So, there are 5 stamens are present in the androecium and the condition of the androecium is epipetalous. What do you mean by epipetalous? Epipetalous is nothing but the stamens are attached with the petals. Clear? So, there are 5 stamens are present, they are attached with the petals. So, that condition is epipetalous condition. Then let us move to the gynoecium, characteristic feature of female reproductive unit. So, gynoecium made out of 2 carpels. So, there are 2 carpels we can see in the gynoecium, so that it is a bicarpellary. Syncarpus, that means both the carpels are fused, they are united, so that the nature of carpel is syncarpus. And the position of ovary is superior position. So, above the thalamus we can see the ovary and just below the ovary we can see the other orals of the flower. So, that the ovary position is superior, the ovary is called as superior ovary. Then the kind of placenta is swollen placenta. So, placenta is a nutritive tissue that we can see in the ovary. right? So the nature of placenta is swollen placenta. This is very important character of the solanaceae family. So the placenta nature is swollen placenta with many ovules. So many ovules are attached to the swollen placenta, and the placentation is axial placentation. So what is the meaning of axial placentation? So in case of axial placentation, placenta is located at the center of the ovary, and ovules are arises from the multilocular ovary. So ovary is multilocular, that means more than one locules are present, one chambers are present in the ovary. Clear? So placenta is swollen with many ovules, and the kind of placentation is axial placentation. Yes, the kind of fruit in the Solanaceae family is berry, or in some cases we can see capsule. So especially in the Solanum nigrum, the example of plant what we have taken to explain the characteristic feature, this plant is showing berry. So on the screen we have the actual fruit of the Solanum nigrum. The black colored one what we are observing, that is the fruit of Solanum nigrum. So the kind of fruit is berry. Right. So which kind of fruits are called as berry? So berries are actually formed from the bicarpellary superior ovary with swollen placenta and consist of many ovules. So if the fruit consists of all these characters, such a fruit is called as berry. And seeds are many, and they are endospermous. So endosperm will be present in the seed. So the kind of seed is endospermous. So there are many seeds we can see in the fruit. Yes, this is the floral formula of the flower. So floral formula tells that the characteristic feature of the flower, right? So in order to write the floral formula, so we are using some of the symbols. So each and every whorls of the flowers are represented in the floral formula by symbols, right? So let us start looking into the floral formula of this plant. So flower is showing the actinomorphic symmetry. So first we have to write the symbol of actinomorphic symmetry. Then the flower is a bisexual flower. That means male and female reproductive orals are present in the same flower, so that we have to write the bisexual flower symbol. Yes, let us come to the orals. The first oral is calyx. It is represented by the symbol K, capital K. And what are the number of sepals? 5 sepals are present and are united. That means gamosepalous. So that you have to write 5 just below the K, and you should write the number in bracket. That implies that all the sepals are united, gamosepalous condition. Yes, the next oral is corolla. So corolla made out of number of petals. So you have to count the number of petals. Clear? So number of petals are 5 and they are also united. So gamopetalous condition. So you have to write the number in bracket. C 5 in bracket. Then let us come to the androecium. So androecium made out of 5 stamens. So you have to write 5. And the condition of androecium is epipetalous. That means they are attached to the petal. So that you have to show by joining the capital A with the capital C. That means androecium attached with the corolla. Right. Yes, the next oral. Next to the androecium, there is a gynoecium, female reproductive oral. So ovary is superior. So we have to write capital G, below that one line. Next, the carpels number are 2. There are 2 carpels are present. So we have to write 2 in bracket. Why we are writing bracket? Because both the carpels are fused. So fusion we are always showing by writing bracket. So this is about the floral formula. So it is not possible to show the pattern of arrangement of petals and sepals in the flower, so that we are writing the floral diagram. So what is not possible to show in the floral formula, that can be shown in the floral diagram. So floral diagram also displayed on the screen. So just look into the floral diagram, you will come to know the number of sepals in the calyx, number of petals in the corolla, and actual position of the stamens, number of stamens and the condition of stamens, then number of carpels in the ovary. So all these things we will come to know when we look into the floral diagram. Right. So you have to practice floral diagram as well as floral formula. So how exactly they have given in the NCERT textbook, in the similar way you have to practice writing the floral diagram, because this is very important for the point of examination. Yes, let us have a look into the last concept, that is economic importance of the Solanaceae family. So what are the economic importance? So we know that Solanaceae plants are distributed in the tropical, subtropical and in the temperate zone. So in most of the area we can see the members of Solanaceae family. So these plants are the source of food. So we can take the example of potato plant. Potato plant is a source of food, and we can also take the brinjal plant. Brinjal plant is also belong to the Solanaceae family. Then tomato is also belong to the Solanaceae family. So that the plant belong to this family are the source of food. And some of the plants are the source of spices. So the best example is chili. So chili plant is also belong to the family Solanaceae family, so that it is the best example of spice. And some are medicinal plants. So there are medicinal plants are also there in the Solanaceae family. So the best example are belladonna, then ashwagandha. So belladonna and the ashwagandha, they are the medicinal plants of Solanaceae family. Then some are ornamental. So some are very showy, so that they are grown as ornamental plants. So the best example is petunia. So these are the economic importances of Solanaceae plants. Right. So this is about the characteristic features of the plants belong to the Solanaceae family, and also we studied about the economic importances. Right. So children, when you are studying about each of the families, you should learn how to write the vegetative characters of the plants and how to write the floral characters. Right. So the example of plant we have taken to explain the vegetative as well as floral characters is Solanum nigrum. So it is commonly called as McCoy plant. So the common name of Solanum nigrum is McCoy plant. So by taking this plant as an example, so we have described vegetative character as well as floral character. Right. So practice at home properly. So this is a very important 5 marks concept. So Solanaceae family is the family. Here we can see dicot plants. Right. So in next class we are going to study the one more family that consists of only monocot plants, so that you will come to know how exactly the morphological structures of the plants used in the classification. Thank you.